A website can ask your browser about the graphics card and driver inside your computer. That information can then become one part of a fingerprint used to recognize your device, even without cookies. Brave browser, has added a new way to disguise those graphic details. Today, I'm going to show you how to ensure this setting is on and you can keep your details private.
Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder.
Rise and Shine. It's your dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 757. It is Walkthrough Wednesday. I have a terrible cold, so I've got stuffy nose and croaky voice. I am sorry. I'm going to do this as best I can. Today's Walkthrough Wednesday, as I said, we're going to be talking about one of Brave's new features and why I think it's cool and how you can enable it. So Brave browser is a privacy-first browser. I moved to it a couple of years ago. I haven't looked back. I absolutely adore it, and I adore it because I can see the reduction in ads I get shown, on other networks for things I've already looked at, and just all of that really stuff. I've got to say, it's really cool watching YouTube videos and not having ads pop up in the middle of the YouTube videos. You really notice it when you go back to using someone else's browser or the app on your phone. So Brave browser in version 1.93 has included, or will include, does include new protections against GPU and graphics driver fingerprinting. All jargon, I know. And now, if we go back to episode number 702, is your browser sharing your browser secrets? That's what I called it. I speak about fingerprinting there, and I speak about how it's a way outside of using cookies and tracking scripts where companies can actually identify the browser that you're using through a combination of information that they gather, signals that they gather. Now, this is because, cookies are getting to that point of people don't want cookies, they don't write cookies. So what they do, the signals that they collect or the information, the data that they collect for fingerprinting is things like the browser and the operating system as a computer, the screen size and language, installed fonts, that's a good one, installed fonts, canvas and audio information, and the graphics card and driver details that you're using. So with fingerprinting, it doesn't matter if you clear the cache or clear the cookies, or use a private window. Those signals are still given out to a website, and those websites can still store them. As I said in episode 702, and I'm not going to recap it, but I just want to make sure I bring this up to the top of it all, that fingerprinting can be used to fairly reliably, I've got to be very careful how I say this, fairly reliably identify you as this particular user that's gone to, they can't identify you, but they can identify you as this user, and you've gone to visit Meta, and you've gone to visit Google, and you've gone and shopped at this shop, and now you're looking at these things over here. And because of those signals, that information they gain from your browser about your PC and your browsing environment, they can reliably interpret that you are probably that same person going from there to there to there to there. It's not 100%, but it is pretty close. And of course, we want to try and stop that fingerprinting. We don't necessarily want people to track us across websites. We want to keep that information private to ourselves. Let's talk about what GPU fingerprinting is and why it was important and why I think it's important that Brave has introduced it. So two more terms, WebGL and WebGPU. I'm not going to try and even get into that. Web's graphic language and Web's graphic processing units allow websites to use the graphics hardware on your computer to identify who you are. Those interfaces, that information can expose things like your GPU vendor, the GPU renderer or model information, your graphics driver characteristics, supported graphics extensions. Now, not one of these things, as I said just then, not one of these things may identify someone as that being that person. But if you take a combination of all of those signals, you can reliably be assured, be assured reliably that that is the same person browsing from this site to this site to this site. Brave 1.93, well, Brave has had fingerprinting for a long time, or fingerprint blocking for a long time. With 1.93, which is just recently released, they have added new protections to apply to WebGL and WebGPU. Look, again, I'm not going to get into it. I try not to use jargon if I can avoid it, but I am going to use it in this case. WebGL and WebGPU, Brave are applying new protections to it. By doing this, Brave is going to de-identify the reported GPU vendor and renderer. It's going to add noise to the reported list of supported extensions. I am reading from notes and I am a bit hazy in my head. And it's just going to keep the hardware accelerated graphics working. Now, with Brave's new fingerprinting feature, it's enabled by default on your desktop and your Android app. There is going to be a phased rollout, meaning there's 2 installations running 1.93 may not necessarily receive the same options all at once. So it is going to be a phased rollout. So if you go and after this, you go and have a look and say, oh, I don't have it. I've got 1.93 installed, but I don't have it. You're going to have to check again later because they will roll that out to you. That's just where they're at with it. So as I said, I think this is a really, really good thing. I think it's just another level of protection and another level of protection of our privacy that we can add to everything we're doing. You're right. We shouldn't have to worry about our privacy. We shouldn't have to worry about, oh, well, it doesn't matter. We're not doing anything wrong. That to me isn't the point. The point is what can they use that information for? And that information can get used for all sorts of things. They can sell that information on to people. You can end up on marketing lists without even realizing it. Yes, they don't know you personally, but they can still identify your machine. You pop up and all of a sudden the ads you start getting on a site are very specific. You may, I don't know if you've seen it, and it's something I really need to dig into, but you may notice that the pricing on something is different on your browser to your friend's browser. Check that one out. That's something that I should dig into. But and that they managed to do all of this because of all of these little signals that they collect from us. So I think what Brave is doing is a really good thing. Question is, how do you guys make sure you've got it enabled? How do you know if you've got it? Where do we go to? So this episode, I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of my Brave browser and show you how to set it all up. So this is just the announcement that Brave made on the fingerprinting August 13th. So this will be out, I don't know, 20th, the 19th, August the 19th. So it's a very, very recent announcement. This is my Brave browser. I'm going to show you how to find the information. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have actually updated and you are on the latest release or on version 1.93 at least to be able to get this new feature. So how do you find out what version you're on? From your Brave browser, come all the way to the right-hand side if you've got menus on the top, and choose the 3 bars on the top right-hand corner. Remember, top 3 bars, 3 dots, normally we call it a context menu. Normally there's other things under it. Once you click on it, you'll see you've got all your other options here. Come all the way down to the bottom section where it says Help. Once you mouse over it, you get a pop-out. Choose About Brave. And you'll see here that mine says Brave is up to date. Now, if yours isn't up to date, you'll have an update button. Click it, make sure you are up to date. I would actually make sure that auto updates are on and stay updated with it. They introduce nice little fixes all the way along. So yes, I am on the right version, 1.93.136, official build, 64-bit. Yay, I'm on the right build. Once you know you're on the right build, the next thing you're going to want to do is go to your Shield setting and look at whether you've got fingerprinting enabled. To do that, you can do it from your About page here. You come to the Settings menu on the left-hand side, come down to where it says Shields and click on Shields. If you are elsewhere, let me just go back to the other page. Click on the 3 bars on the top right-hand corner. So come all the way down to Settings, and that's going to put you in the same screen. And then from there, come down to where it says Shields. Under Shields, this is where you've got all the things that block the trackers and the scripts and the cookies that come through. You see I've got pretty heavy blocking on. I don't block scripts because JavaScript runs to make websites look pretty. turn it off, you often break a website. So I'd leave my scripts on as a risk that I'm prepared to take. But you'll see, I've showed the number of blocked items on a shield item. I've got standard ad tracker and ad blocking, standard upgrade to HTTPS. This is the one that we want, this block fingerprinting, and it's turned on. Make sure it's turned on. Just click on it. It will turn it on. That's it. That's all you have to do to make sure that new fingerprinting actually works for you. There are other things here which I have covered in another episode, so I will encourage you to go back and do it. I will encourage you to run, if you're not running Brave, find another privacy-focused browser that also blocks fingerprinting. Let me come back and chat to you. So, as I was just saying, what I will encourage you to do is find a privacy-first browser, something that does block the cookies and the tracking and the fingerprinting and goes to these levels to keep your privacy safe. If you're not going to use Brave, and I do highly recommend Brave, I have loved it from the day I started using it. There are others like Firefox and DuckDuckGo rank very, very heavily. There are others as well. I'm not going to say they're the only ones. There are others, so do your research. But please, I really encourage you to move away from Chrome and Edge and move to something that is privacy focused. You'll find they all have very, particularly Brave, there's very similar features to Chrome because it's built on the same base operating system. It will give you all of these extra features, and you can run it on your phone as well. And from there, you'll just notice that things stop popping up when you're visiting places going, hey, have you seen this or have you seen that? You're like, I just browsed that over on this website. Why is it showing me here? It's a wonderful place to be, honestly. All right, that's it for this episode. It was really quick. I wanted to get it out. I may actually get into how you can see what your browser is leaking. Would that be of interest to you? Let me know. Anyway, let me know how this all landed with you and whether you're going to move your browser and whether this is of interest. Leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this episode. If it was useful to you, please do give the episode a like. Just click the like button down there and maybe share it with a friend. And if you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing to the channel and ringing that notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. Apart from that, guys, have a great week. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you on Friday for Firewall Friday. Bye.
Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.